What about those other dead giveaways? Let's have some fun with those. To remind you, they are vague writing, repetition, throwaway writing, words in weird order, and crazy logic, with a couple of others that we'll mention later. Wouldn't it be fun to take one sentence and try out writing some dead giveaways to weaken this sentence? The waiter was angry. The waiter was angry. How would it look if you made it more vague? There was something wrong with the guy. Or if we were using repetition, he was mad, and also he was angry. He was very mad. Or if we were going to turn that waiter being angry into throwaway writing, it might sound like this. This is a part where I'm going to tell you about the waiter's mood. I hope you like it. And then we're going to take a walk on the beach. That's pure throwaway writing. Crazy logic? Putting her lipstick on, the waiter yelled at the lady. Who had the lipstick? Compare that to when we add craft from the other side of our writer's toolbox. Instead, look at all those examples. If you wanted to add images, his face was scarlet with fury. Or you could read all the way down there, pitchforks. We couldn't tell what was worse, the food or his angry service. Action, blazing to our table, he glared at us instead of the to be verbs. Metaphors, he was a volcano of anger, serving hot destruction with the menus. After a demonstration, it's good to have students take a chance, trying some of this out themselves. It does not teach them to be poor writers. It teaches them to spot it and change it. So let's start off with an original sentence and challenge students to go ahead and make it worse. It's actually pretty much fun to take something and tear it down. So, for instance, the dogs greeted me at the door. Dogs' pets were there. Some animals were near. At the door, the dogs came to the door. They learned that when you see a single word more than once, that sentence could have been strengthened by reducing that repetition. Throwaway writing, I want to tell you what happened at the door. Or, I really believe that it was dogs. It was, that's a dead giveaway. When you see it was or there was, that means that could be strengthened by removing it somehow. Weird writing. When the door was dogs, I was greeted. This is a sign that they need to do more reading out loud of their own work. Or bad logic. I arrived because dogs did. Or making mistakes with choosing the correct fanboy, the correct coordinating conjunction. I arrived, but the dogs said hello. Give them a chance to strengthen that sentence. Here's the same sentence. The dogs greeted me at the door. They can pick and choose which of the icons below they want to use and identify which they're using as they write their sentence. Sometimes students think that if an essay is long, then it must score high because longer essays are just better essays. And we need them to see that that's not true. So playing with dead giveaways is one really handy way to bust that myth. Here's an example. Give them a kernel essay. This one was actually written by a student. And ask them to add in the details completely. See how much you can add to this only using dead giveaways. When they start reading it out loud, it is hilarious. But their awareness is also building. What's not hilarious to us, the teachers, is how often kids write in these ways. But now, once they learn it, they'll know how to do better. Here's the actual high-scoring essay written by the student whose kernel essay I used at first. And when students read these paragraphs to compare to their dead giveaway paragraphs, there's no comparing them. Well, there's very good comparing them. What else can weaken writing besides those main dead giveaways? Passive voice can weaken writing. For instance, the girl was bitten by the dog. Why not make it active voice? The dog bit the girl. Here's another example. We were told about the meeting. It's better to make it active. The principal told us about the meeting. Whenever you see there is or it is, that's a dead giveaway that probably you could strengthen that sentence by removing there is or it is, or rewording it in some way. For example, we had a problem and it was with the roof. It would be better if you said, we had a problem with the roof. If you go early, it's a good idea to knock. It is weakens it there, so it would be better if you said, if you go early, knock. It's shorter, but stronger. In fact, most of the time, eliminating those to be verbs, most of the time it really strengthens writing. So will this help on standardized tests, besides just improving a student's ability to write an essay and revise it for clarity and strength? Will this have any kind of mark on their standardized test? It will. And I'll show you how next.